Hey guys, how's it going? It's been a long time, but we're back. We're here playing Payday 3 for the PC, and we're doing the Golden Shark heist on hard. I wanted other people in here, but it seems like it's just going to be me doing the solo, and I'm probably going to mess up. I'm not doing it stealth or anything, so it doesn't even matter, but I'm probably going to die at some point. I don't want to escort all the bags up there, but it looks like I'm going to have to. Anyway. Been 4 years since I've recorded my last video. I think I recorded Edson Barboza versus Dan Hooker. And ever since then, my computer just straight up died. My graphics card was fried. There's many other problems with my computer right now, but there's literally too much to go over. There's so much wrong with it that I wouldn't even be able to get to half of it before there'd be like a 20-minute video just me talking about this and that. So instead of boring you with those details, we're just gonna get into playing the game, and I'm gonna talk about, like, you know, just what my plans are for this channel, and, you know, stuff of that nature. What else do I have to talk about here? I'm testing out some new audio here, so it's very, very, very good chance that this might sound like crap. If that's the case, I do apologize. Don't mean for that to be, obviously I don't mean for that to be the case. I want it to sound good. But when you're trying new audio out, there's only one way to test it for sure, and that's to actually, you know, put it into action. I've like listened to it back a couple times, but I don't know. I feel like I really need to see it in action, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, I don't really care. Escort me out. What are you gonna do? What? Okay. I have a feeling that's gonna come back to bite me. Are we good? No, we're good. We're fine. We're fine. Yeah, I can't do any console games for now. Hopefully soon enough I'll be able to. All I need to do really is, let's get down. All I really need to do is get a new computer. There's really nothing else. I mean, I could possibly fix this one, theoretically, but when it comes down to it, there's so much wrong with it. I'm better off just, you know, going with a whole new thing. I know it's expensive and all, but it's been a long time coming anyway. Please get there in time, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I didn't even need to get the guy. I'm already up here. Yeah, so, you know, I guess I'll change the subject here since I don't remember what the hell I was saying. This game, it's good. It has a ton of flaws. The servers suck. Leveling sucks. The way you have to level is you have to level by challenges. You won't get any XP if you finish a heist just by default. You need to... Where the hell is the server? You need to complete Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, well, I did not... Alright. We're going loud. That was my plan from the beginning, but, you know, I was going... I didn't mean to kill that civilian. That was, you know, my bad. Where's the server room? Is it, say, one of these? One of these? IT apartment, employee bathroom, none of those. Let's see here. Not up here, down there? Okay, yeah, we're changing plans anyway, so it doesn't matter. They missed a mark on this game in a lot of ways. There's many things they did just poorly. Oh god, I didn't know you were surrendering, my bad. There's tons of things they did poorly, such as the servers didn't work on day one release. It didn't work in the beta either. Not to mention the game's online only, so if the servers don't work, you can't play the game at all. It's just unplayable, which is not good, especially considering the server problems I just talked about. it has a few pluses, I guess. Like, I can't lie, the shooting's better. It just feels better. It's more, less unstable. Every gun in Payday 2, the accuracy was all over the place, the stability was all over the place. Not, like, they still do have some accuracy issues here, since they're using, like, I think it's called bloom effect, where the longer you shoot, the accuracy spreads more. Like, it's more of a spread of the bullets. Which, I've noticed here and there with certain guns, like this gun, I don't notice it so much with. This gun's very accurate. Same thing with like the first one you start with, the Car 4, which is actually kind of good in this game. I really like this Car 4 in this game. Other guns though, like the Scar, certain ones like that, you really need to burst fire, and it's like almost not even an option, like you just need to. This one, I like to use this gun a lot because I can just kind of run around shooting people. It's very good feeling. I think it's called like the SG Compact 7 or something. It's just good. Yeah, I like the feel. I like the stats on it and stuff. So I've been using this a lot for this game. Hold on, get down. When it comes to everything else though, like you can't even, like, for instance, when we started this, I had other people in the lobby, and they wanted to do, I'm assuming they wanted to do it quiet, or at least do it to a certain extent quiet, and I made sure I was loud right away. I shot just so they would know I wanted to go loud. The problem is, there's no way, like in Payday 2, there was an option where you could, when you're making the server, make it loud or stealth if you want to do it, so people when they were joining knew what they were getting themselves into. Now you just gotta kind of guess. Like, you can talk to them in chat, but chat kind of sucks in this game too. Like, there's a lot of little things they could have done better, and it's sad that they didn't, but you know, I'm playing it right now. It's a newer game, and I feel like people would probably be more interested in this, and then just more Payday 2 gameplay. Which I will do more of some of at some point, but I felt like the comeback video that I was doing today felt like it felt right to do Payday 3 since it's a newer game and everything. Oh, I forgot about the circles completely. Overall, the game needs work. I have been playing Payday 2 a lot more than this. I've been playing a little bit of Killing Floor 2 and 1, even though Killing Floor 1's dead as they come. I've been playing a little bit of Killing Floor 2 and just trying to give this game a break because I still haven't done any patches on it. They really haven't fixed anything for it at all since there's been no patches. So it's been the same game, having the same problems since launch. So hopefully we'll get it fixed at some point. If we don't, I guess I'm just going to have to rely on sticking to Payday 2 and Killing Floor. Definitely going to be doing some videos on those though, Killing Floor and Payday 2. More than likely, pretty soon. Besides that, another plan I have is to do the Herbs Sims in the City. I used to play the game all the time as a kid, and I feel like it would be a pretty good series, just in general. Pretty goofy game, and I don't have to think too much while I'm playing, so, you know, be good just change of pace. Besides, like, all the fighting games I play on my channel, and stuff like that. It's been a while since I've done anything other than like UFC games. I've done a lot of... I did Vice City for a while, but then my computer started crapping out. And then I did Tasmanian Tiger, which was different. Overall, though, I've tended to stick to the UFC content that I did. Just because it's what I played the most of at that time. But, I don't know. I want to branch out a little bit, do some different things, see how people like it. Do some more games and stuff. If anyone has any requests, I'll see about it and get back to you guys and see if I'm gonna do it or not. Or if it's something like I've done in the past, you want me to do a sequel or something or whatever, just let me know. I'll try to do it. For now, like I said, you can probably expect the Herbs coming in the future. I want to try to do some of the things I didn't finish, like I was talking about. Like the Tasmanian Tiger playthrough, I really do, because it's a childhood game of mine. I would like to finish that. I don't want to leave that halfway done. I feel like Vice City, it's going to be tough, but I can definitely do that over. I'm going to need to just restart the game. Okay, I lost all my save game data for both those games, so I'll probably just start the Let's Plays over and just go from beginning. And we'll pick up from there. Oh my god. Well, yeah, we'll just, like, literally start from scratch. I know it's annoying that I went halfway through a series and just gave up on it, but it didn't have a lot of people watching that series anyway, so it probably won't be too much of a big deal that I have to restart it. There we go. What else do I want to do in the future? Oh, what else do I want to do in the future? There's been a few more ideas I've had, but I just didn't have my computer at the time to be able to work, so I wasn't able to do them then. I can't do any console games, like I said earlier, so that's kind of a bummer. I would do some of the UFCs and stuff like that, but past 2 UFCs I haven't been able to record console games, so probably gonna have to wait a little bit longer on that one. My capture card just, you know, it just won't cooperate with me for whatever reason that may be. I feel like, oh, buddy boy. Okay, calm down. We're good. I feel like, I'm probably going to do Undisputed. I'm gonna wait, because I know they said in the fall update they're going to add a career mode and the Create a Fighter thing. So if that's the case, I'll probably wait for that update and then release some videos on that. Because I might do it before then too. I don't really know yet. We'll see how I feel about it. But, you know, either way, well, I'll do it at some point. Hopefully the updates that they're doing to the game will make it better. Not that it's could be better for sure. When it comes for an indie game, it's really good, but when it comes to like the new UFC and all that, I haven't really been playing it too much. It's just not, they haven't fixed like anything I wanted them to fix. There's so many problems with it, and I know they're just not gonna care. They're not gonna fix it. They don't give a fuck. So it's whatever. I kind of gave up on that. Oh, I'm still playing. Like two of my favorite combat games are from, you know, 2011. UFC Undisputed 3 and Fight Night Champion. They have their flaws and all, but I still think, especially with the UFC game. UFC Undisputed 3, I don't care what anyone says, it's not even close. It's a better representation of MMA in every single way. Sure, the graphics aren't as good, but when you're talking about game feel, I feel like that's much more important. And the game feel on the new UFCs is not very good compared. It just doesn't have the same ground game feel, everything. They keep trying these new things, and I mean, it does fix certain aspects of the game. Like, they did damage is a little bit better, you know, cuts look better, but the big issues that were there are still in full swing, not any different, exactly the same, if not, you know, worse, because we've already had a whole game cycle to make up for these, you know, little tiny problems that aren't too much to fix. Like glove tape being wrong in a single player fight now. When you have a Create a Fighter, they don't have red or blue glove tape, it's just white. Why? Because they're lazy. They just don't care, I guess. Like, I really don't know what else it could be other than they just don't care. They don't think it's a big deal, so they're not gonna fix it. They're just like, no one really does that anyway. Play online. Everyone plays online. That's where we make our money. And I get it. Everyone nowadays plays online. It's a forgotten thing to play single player. If you play single player, people almost laugh at you. It's crazy. I hate it. I hate that. I hate it so much. Because I am a mostly single player guy. Like, I like multiplayer. Payday's multiplayer. No one joining because this game has like 2,000 players, but you know, it's I like multiplayer games when it's here and there. They're not my favorite thing, but I do like them. I just don't like when you completely neglect single player like GTA 5 did, where they just went, yep, all of our money's going into online. We don't make money offline, so why would we put work into it? Just buy shark cards. and that's sad. I need to get mods to even make GTA 5 playable in single player, and even then it's still kind of boring because, you know, they need to update it. There's so many things they need to update, and they just won't because they don't care, as I keep saying. It's just a sad but true reality. If they're not making money, I mean, I guess it makes sense. Why would you care? But I don't know. As someone that loves single-player gaming, it really does bother me that I'm not going to, you know... Oh, ouch. I'm not confident I'm gonna get a good single-player game anytime soon. I'm just not. I have a feeling that's kind of in the past. And every once in a while, I'll see a game that puts some, like, real thought into single-player. And I'm like, wow. It's not dead. Like, you still have it here and there. Like, it's not a completely dead genre of just single-player games, but, you know. And it's like, don't get me wrong, I know I know people are gonna be like, yeah, there's single-player games, here's single-player games, what about Dark Souls and all that? And I'm like, I get it. But I mean, like, just, for, like, games that have online modes, it tends to get, if you focus online at all and try to make online more fair, let's say you nerf something, or you nerf Barboza's leg kicks in UFC or something like that because people were losing too much. My problem with that is Barboza kicks, like, really hard. It shouldn't be nerfed. You should make it hard. If you get hit by Barboza, it should be, you know, hard. Ngannou, if Ngannou hits you, it should be, you know, a one-shot KO, because that's how he hits. And, you know, online, you could nerf that, that's fine. You could nerf whatever you want online, because online, you gotta make it fair for competition. But why do you have to nerf it for single-player people, then? Why is it not an option? I understand why you can't make a 7'7" fighter on multiplayer, but why can't I on single-player? Why can't I have whatever reach I want on single-player? Why can't I make an OP fighter on single-player? Why do I have to use archetypes on single-player? Why? Just why? Like, I mean, I know why. It's because they don't want to do the work. Oh, ow. They don't want to do the work to both fix single-player for single-player and multiplayer for multiplayer. It's way easier to just do one fix and be like, yep, across the board, the game plays the same now. But then, when I'm playing single-player, and I see all these changes for online people to make it easier for them, because it's too unfair, I go like, well, this isn't a representation of MMA anymore. Like, I'm sorry, there's certain spots you don't want to be in, and whatever, and when it's so, like, the ground game is so obviously, like, people don't like ground games, so they went, yeah, we don't really need to work on that too much. And I know, yeah, they did a little bit do certain things to, like, in their words, fix the ground game, but it's not enough. It's sad that a game from 2011 is not only better, but it's spanking you. It is bothering you, and it's just, I don't want to have to go back to an Xbox 360 every time I want to play an MMA game. I'm literally having a stroke with just how ridiculous this sentence is. I'm going back to an Xbox 360, hooking up different wires and stuff, and moving my brand new, not brand new, but my PS5 out of the way to go, okay, I need to play a good MMA game, so let me go back in the archives a little bit and see what we got. That's stupid. Thankfully, Fight Night Champion is at least on, you know, Xbox One now. I can play it on there. But, you know, you get my point. It's ridiculous. That's why I hope Undisputed is really good. That way, that will at least fill some of the void of just not having any sort of, is that... Where's the zipline thing? I guess I don't know. Yeah, it would fill some sort of a void of a fighting game. That'd be cool, I guess, but I feel like I'm hoping for too much. I feel like it's just unrealistic at this point. I feel like to actually think that a company like that is gonna care, like EA, you're almost stupid to think that. I feel played every time they get me. It's kind of annoying, and, you know, each own. I'm sure people are fine with the game, how it is. Yeah, the UFC 4. And Undisputed I give more slack because it was made by an indie studio at first, so I kind of understand why certain things have some issues and stuff like that, and the animations aren't the best, and, you know, yada yada yada, but at the same time, you still gotta be sort of harsh on it, that way it gets better. And if it doesn't get better, it doesn't get better, but, you know, you gotta call a spade here. Sometimes games can do better, and UFC they can do so much better with the money they have, and just in general everything about that whole situation where the first UFC game that came out for EA just kind of sucked, and the second one they were like, we'll do better, and we'll do better. It's always we'll do better, and at the end of the day, I'm tired of, you know, hoping. Hoping seems, you know, it seems silly at this point to think, okay, EA, this time they'll get it. It's like, how many games is it gonna take? And we got so many years of this left. I really thought that maybe they'll go to a different developer or publisher than EA after they ran out of their contract last year, but apparently UFC 4 was the best seller, so they're never fucking leaving, and they're gonna be there forever. Unfortunately, I'm assuming. I really don't know anymore. It's like 8 years, 7 years or something contract. That's insane. We are so screwed on the fact of getting a new UFC game that's actually, you know, passable. And don't get me wrong, I still play the game from time to time, but I get so mad at the stupid little problems in the game that I don't even want to play it. Like, I'll play it for a little bit and be like, yeah, I'll try to like it, yeah, do some fights, and then I'll play it. I'm just like, I have more fun playing the other one from 2011. I just do. It's more fun. It's better in almost every way. There's certain things I like more about the new one, like it has new fighters, has new animations for certain things, but even then, I like most of the animations from the old game better anyway. The question mark kick from the old game, they kind of fixed it in the new ones. Like the UFC 3, I think they fixed it. In UFC 2, the question mark kick was atrocious. It looked insane. It was so exaggerated. It was just insane. I couldn't believe. Oh wow! I couldn't believe that was their animation for it. And in the old one, it was so much better. They kind of fixed little things like that. But still, there's only like a few jab animations, hook animations, and you know, everyone fights different. Anderson Silva does not throw a jab like Roy McDonald throws a jab. It's just not how they fight. They fight differently. They're totally different fighters in almost every single way of the sense of the way. But in that game, like Muhammad Ali has Nate Diaz's jab. What the fuck is going on there? I get it's a snap jab. It kind of looks sort of similar, but you're literally putting Muhammad Ali in the game. You think they would do? I know they can't, like, you know, obviously like mocap exactly him right now, but you know, do something else. Have someone at least a good impersonator in the ring. I think John Jones could have done a better job of one of his jabs when he was doing like a Muhammad Ali impression than, you know, just putting Nate Diaz's jab on him. Like, that's crazy. The jab straight from Nate Diaz is, like I said, I get why they picked it, but at the same time, it's borderline disrespectful to just be like, yeah, I know you're one of like the greatest of all time and all that, but we're not even gonna do you justice by putting a custom jab straight in the game, just because why would we? That's work. That's a lot of, you know, hours. Even though apparently this game has been in the making since like UFC 4 came out, and it's okay. So what were you doing? What was the holdup here? I mean, I'm not a developer. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm being insensitive here, and maybe they worked their life away, and one guy got a divorce. Who the fuck knows? I don't know. I wasn't a fly on the wall for that developing, you know, process. But I will say, I've played all the EA UFCs, and I played all the UFC Undisputeds, and I see a huge gap in, like, you know, where they're at. So much so, I don't know. Judging by the way that EA treats things, I don't know if there's a path where they're ever actually going to make the game the way everyone wants it to be. They're going to keep catering to online and microtransactions, like you know, you're putting Hasbulla masks in the game, and yet Sean Strickland wasn't even in the game at that point in time. That is insane. Like, that is crazy. One of the top welterweights. I meant to say welterweight and middleweight at the same time. One of the top middleweights at that time wasn't in the game, but you have Hasbulla merch and like I was shocked. I thought it was a joke when I first saw it. I saw like a post on Instagram like, yeah, they added Hasbulla to the game, and I was like, huh, that's something EA would do too. That's funny. And then I play the game and there's a new fighter update. And I'm like, oh yeah, they must have added Strickland or whatever. Nope, none of those. They added Hasbulla masks. Not even Hasbulla in the game, just his masks, so you can, you know, if you ever wanted to fight with Hasbulla merch on, now you can. That's what I play UFC games for, you know. And it's like I'm all for that silly stuff. Like I like Bruce Buffer in the game. I liked when Joe Rogan was in the game. I like how Dana White's in the game, even though he's a little bit OP, obviously, because, you know, he's the boss. That's funny. I don't like how you're sacrificing putting in actual like fighters that are in the UFC and matter for, you know, joke things like that. It would be like if Skate 3 went, yeah, you know what, we don't really care about adding, I don't know, a 360 hard flip, but all day we'll put Meat Man in there and Dem Bones. Like he's the, like we added them though in the next update. It's like, you know, you're still missing like things that actually makes like skateboarders do, and this is a skateboarding game after all. It's like you should have at least an option to where I could play the game faithfully to MMA. It doesn't have to be perfect. Obviously, MMA is a complicated sport. You can't get every little tiny intricacy down perfectly. But when something from 2011 on hardware that's really old, like the Xbox 360, runs just better, it just feels smoother, the fighting feels, and don't get me wrong, it doesn't feel smoother, like the graphics are much better on the UFC, movement's better on UFC, the new ones, but things like just hitting people and how damage works and knockouts feel better when I don't feel good when I win on the newer UFCs. Like, oh my god, when well, I'm fucking dead, no one's near me. I don't feel good when I knock someone out on, for like, UFC 4. The knockouts feel horrible. Like, they don't feel satisfying. They feel clunky. The ground and pound feels awful. It doesn't feel cool like it did in UFC 3 Undisputed. It feels just, like, soft. Like, I can't even explain it. You have to play it. If you played both games, you'll know what I'm talking about, where the ground game just feels meatier on the older one. And if I had to guess why they don't really care about that, it's because most casual players in general don't really mess with ground game. They think it's stupid, they don't get it, they don't understand it, and I get it. Sometimes when I'm watching MMA, I want to watch a slugfest. You want to watch a fight. You're like, damn, they really, like Justin Gaethje versus what do you call it? Eddie, why can't I think? Eddie Alvarez. Or, what's another good one? Any of Diego Sanchez's old fights with like Clay Guida or anything. You want to watch Stylebender, Kevin Gastelum. I get it. You want to watch really like crazy fights where you're like, wow, I can't believe they survived that. They're really tough warriors, blah, blah, blah. But you know, sometimes fighters take stuff to the ground and they, you know, play like a Khabib game plan, or even if you want to like do like a mix like GSP, you can technically make like an MMA build in the new UFC game, but you can't chain punches into takedowns like you could in the old one. In the old one, chaining punches into takedowns worked so effortlessly and flawlessly. It wasn't easy, like you had to time everything, but it felt good. Like when you timed it, you can do like jab, straight, and like takedown. Or if someone threw a punch, you can like duck under it and take them down. It felt like you really ducked under it and took them down. It didn't feel like there's a second delay or a few seconds delay because, I don't know, they just don't, it just feels wrong. I don't even know really what the issue is. It just doesn't feel good. When you're doing like the chaining into different wrestling and all that, it doesn't feel better. It's passable, I guess, for people, but you know, I don't like it. They could have done so much better, and that's just the facts of it, really. I hate to go on like a huge, you know, whole tirade on that, but for real, I don't like how It's been a problem for so long for me at this point. I've been hoping and hoping and hoping, and it's just I have the boxing game now coming out, which very well could be great. It could be what fixes everything. That could be the thing that makes me go, okay, you know what, there is hope for these combat types of games. And it's really just, you know, part of the reason why I don't have hope is because there's no competition. You just kind of have to hope EA does you right, which is, you know, if anyone knows anything about games, they know that's a really stupid idea to think EA is going to do you right and just trust them. Just be like, yep, they got my best interests in mind. So if that's what you're relying on, it doesn't exactly give you hope. Like, you need someone else to come out with a game where they actually start slamming their ham a little bit, and they starts making them look in the mirror a little bit and go, okay, maybe there is, like, we're not unbeatable. Maybe this is a problem a little bit. If we don't fix this soon, we won't have any customers, you know, type thing, which they always will. They're not gonna, like, go out of it. It's EA. Come on now. They could always just be like, nah, we don't want to make the UFC games anymore. Even though they have a contract, I'm sure they can figure something out in a way or something like that. I don't know. But I think having some sort of competition would absolutely help. And that's just what I think. Oh my god. That's just what I think that really needs to happen for us to even start beginning to think that we might get something different. Because, like, to be fair, if people keep buying it, and, like, UFC 4 was one of the best-selling UFC, or the best-selling UFC game they ever made, why would they change anything in their, like, from their point of view, for just a few hardcore fans that, you know, really want a good MMA game? It's stupid for them. They would rather go cater to, you know, anyone else who will put more money in the game or whatever than they would doing, you know, like a pride mode or something. Pride mode takes work. People will appreciate it, but I'm sure a lot of people won't even play it just because they don't really care about MMA. They just want to play, like, some sort of, like, a fighting game on feet, which in that case, I don't know why you wouldn't just play something else, you know? Play, like, a Mortal Kombat game or something. If you really don't like the sport of MMA and you're not trying to play an MMA game like an MMA game, I'm not saying don't play it, because I'm never going to tell someone not to play something if they want to play it. You can do whatever the hell you want. But it's just, why would you complain about, like, yeah, MMA's stupid, and I hate takedowns, and I hate doctor stoppages and all that, and I just wish they would have a game where you could just stand up and fight. I'm like, they do. They have tons of games like that, and you're not playing one. You're playing an MMA game where there's many more things to an MMA fight than just, you know, stand and bang mode, which is in the game. Like, you can do that if you want, but, you know, I don't know. It's besides the point. I'm tired of... making this video is not going to change anything. It's just going to... Oh my god, that could have been... It's just gonna, you know, I guess, help me vent. I really don't know. I really don't know where to go from there after that, you know, tangent I just went on. So I guess I'll end it there. This has been, like, the third take I did on this video, because I've had recording issues, audio problems. One time audio just wasn't recording. So hopefully this sees the light of day, and this actually comes out. Either way, this has been me after 4 years trying to explain what's been going on. Hopefully you guys have... I explained it to a certain extent. You guys understand what's going on. If not, I'll see you next time, and I'll try to explain it a little bit better. Anyway, I'll see you guys soon, and yeah, back with a new video probably later on tonight or tomorrow.